What's up, dudes and dudettes? I have a $4,800 live close here, and I actually got this close from the recent high ticket closing company that I got offered in. So when you get onboarded onto this company, they give you a bunch of closing calls to review so you know how to close out on their offer. And this is one of the calls that I watched that I thought was like really sharp and really good. So I wanted to review it on this channel for you guys because it's just kind of awesome and I thought it was cool and I get horny watching it. So yeah, let's get right into the video.
There we
There
go.
we go. Yes, sir. How's it going?
Good. How are you, dude?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Good. Awesome, man.
Yes, sir.
How long you been following Trip?
So I recently just followed him, honestly, about like say like a week ago,
Okay. Where do you follow him? Like Instagram, podcast?
It just Instagram, yeah.
Okay.
Instagram.
Have you watched any of the podcasts, like How to Talk to Girls podcast?
No, I haven't seen any of those. No.
Okay. Awesome. Well, Andrew, what works best on these calls is man, really just want to learn about you, like your specific situation with your dating, what's going on there, challenges, and where you're looking to go ultimately to make sure that we can help you get there. If we
Mhm.
can, more than happy to talk about what that would look like for you specifically. And if not,
Okay.
I'm still going to do my best to get you pointed in the right direction regardless.
Yeah, no,
So
you're good.
cool. Awesome, man. Let me just get a little background on you, Andrew. Like, how old are you? Where do you live? And what do you do for work?
Okay, so real quick, I know you guys just really like seeing like the price drop and it's like, it's this much money. And guys, one of the reasons I'm reviewing this call is because like, it's literally 10 to 20 minutes of just objection handling and getting him over his fears. And that's the really good stuff, but do not sleep on this stuff. Guys, the rapport and the framing of this call is really good. Like he took authority and his tone of voice immediately puts the prospect at ease and comfortable and smiling. Like look at how this guy is smiling right now. Like there's already trust just with how he opened up this call. So do not sleep on that stuff. It's the first thing that the prospect will take with him and take with them for the rest of the call.
I'm 24 years old and I just recently moved to the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So right now I'm in Fort Worth
Okay.
and my work is I'm a personal trainer and a server on the side. So I wait tables on the weekends. During the week, I'll be doing personal training and whatnot. So I do that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And I work on like other little businesses like along the side and whatnot. So
You got some side hustle stuff going on?
yeah, I do like graphic designing. I like graphic design for like small businesses and whatnot, like logo design and stuff. So
Cool. Cool, man. So I guess best place to start is probably what would you say your biggest like challenges in your dating life or what's not working to the level you feel like it
um,
could be or should?
I feel like honestly like back then, I was gonna let you know like a little backstory. Like I was in Lubbock at Texas Tech, and I had a insane dating life. But I think it's because I had friends. Like I had a huge like not it's like a huge, but I had a social group. So I feel like my challenge is now like I'm in a new area. I have very few friends and that are like far, like they're just like really far from me, like in the area. So initially I don't have any friends. So I'm just missing that like social aspect of my life. I spend a lot of time at home, just at work, and I come back and like go to the gym and like that's it. Like I do pretty much everything like alone and whatnot, and I'm just like in that mindset of like just being alone in a way. I feel like that's my challenge.
Okay, gotcha. So how long has this been happening for? How long, like when did you leave school?
I'll say it's been like 6 months, about 6 months, yeah, half a year.
Okay. So how do you feel like this is affecting you?
I don't know, like I feel like certain aspects of my life have gotten like really good. Like my fitness has been good, like my financial situation has been good, but my social life is just like below par, like way below par than what I used to have back then. So that's just what I'm missing. I'm just missing that social aspect of my life.
So you can see right here, there's very pointed questions. So he's identified the problem and he's quantified the problem with time. If you want to make a problem seem bigger, add time to the equation. Now, let's dig deeper into the problem and find how is that problem impacting his life. Whenever you find a problem inside the call, you want to like go deep on it and find like how that's affecting other areas of his life.
And it's kind
Okay.
of hard to get some like confidence in that. So
So you're having a hard time finding confidence?
yes, yes.
Okay. In what way?
Mm, I guess because it was easier when I had a group of friends that were like, go out with me, like go out to like the bar, go out to the club or whatever, like go to the gym. You know, it was easy for me to be social because I had like people around me. So like now when I'm doing everything on my own, I'm just like, okay, like where's my confidence at? Like, I'm missing that. So I really believe that my confidence kind of stems from my having other friends around me who carry different like mindsets. Because I had one friend, he's still in Lubbock, but he's like very, very, very like outgoing and very social. And I kind of bounced off of that. So I use his confidence to like kind of get my confidence up. And it's like I'm just missing that, within myself. So
Okay. So you kind of feel like you're kind of missing that confidence and that outgoingness yourself to be
yeah.
able to socialize. There you go.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha, man. So like what are you doing right now to try to meet women?
I mean, I slowly like meet women like at my job, like serving like waiting tables, and like the clientele that we have come into like the restaurant I work at, like they're really like high end, like they're just like really gorgeous women. So I'm like, I'll talk to them like that's easy because it's like my job to like approach the table. But then it's hard for me to like close the deal because I feel like I can't close the deal because I'm a server. Like that's my job. Like I don't want to like cross that line and be like, okay, now I'm like trying to get their number or like, whatever, when I'm just trying to keep it like professional and like do my job as a server. But
Okay. So sounds like you're able to talk to them in that kind of professional setting, but
mm,
so I guess so how else do you meet women other than your job?
I mean, I've tried dating apps and it's been a big miss, like big miss. Like I don't know what it is. Like back then when I was in college at Texas Tech, like it was like match after match after match. And now over here it's like completely dry. So I'm like what did I do wrong? Like what changed? Like absolutely like what changed? So
What
I
what
guess
what what do you think changed?
mm, I don't know, man. I guess the energy about me, I don't know, just the way I like present myself now. It's more in a just a non-social way. I'm just very introverted kind of in a way. I'm very closed off. And back then I was just really, really social. And I guess women picked up on that and like can read. I guess I feel like women can tell when a guy is social, when a guy is very outgoing and like fun to be around. So I guess you could say I just became boring. I guess I became boring, in a way. So
Okay. Okay. So other than so you tried dating apps, not really right now it's not working for you.
yeah.
So let's look at kind of how you're talking to women, how you're meeting women, how that's working for you specifically. So let's say the last like how many dates have you been on with women that you find attractive over the last like 30 days?
Mm, 30 days. I say just one. We've been on one
Okay.
date. Yeah.
And let's go back the month before that. How many the month before that?
Oh, none. None.
Zero. Zero. Okay, so one in the last 60 days. And if kind of just quickly describe like your like the ideal woman, the kind of woman like you really want to be dating right now.
Okay, well, so I'm very like goal orientated. So like I try to I guess I'm like really picky too. I'm really picky with the women I like choose to pursue. So my ideal girl is like a girl who's goal orientated, she's ambitious, she's not doing what everyone else is doing like me. I don't like as of lately, I don't really go out to the bars or clubs anymore. And I'm like, when I see a girl like doing that, it's kind of like, oh, red flag. I'm not going to pursue her. So I think the type of women I'm like trying to search for is just super rare, really rare, with just the mindset, the qualities that she possesses in a way. So
Okay. So did that one you dated, the one date you had over the last 60 days, do you feel like she matched that?
no, not at all. Not at all. She was a very outgoing girl. She liked to go to the clubs, liked to go to the bars, liked to be very promiscuous and wear provocative clothing. And I saw that and I was like, I could feel something like I feel like she's going to like kind of like use me in a way. And that's exactly what she did. She was going to be trying to straight on. She did that. And I was like, well, I saw it from a mile away and I still like fell into the trap in a way. But yeah.
She used you?
She used you. That's a really good like point of language. Anytime someone uses problem specific language, you can just repeat that back to them and dig deeper into what he means by that, because like getting used isn't a good feeling, and clearly there's like a problem lying there. Okay, now we're at a good part of the call where we have a good foundation of like the problem of what this guy's dealing with. We know more about his current situation, of like how he's trying to go about getting dates right now and why it's just like not really working at the level that he'd like it to be.
Yeah, I mean, like she would ask me to like go over there, like hang out with her mom and dad. Like I got to meet her parents, whatever. So I'm like, okay, like she really wants to like date. So we'll go out on dates, go out to go out to like eat, go out to the club, like dance, whatever. And like I would always like buy her drinks, got her, buy her food, and then she just ghosted me out of nowhere. I was like, so I'm like what did I do wrong? Yada yada yada. So.
Okay. And this was your girlfriend or the girl that you went
Oh
on
no,
the
no. No, this is the girl I went on a like date with. I was like we were like dating each other for like or seeing each other for like a month or so. Yeah, like a couple weeks, a month. So
okay. And then she just kind of went cold.
yeah, it just went really cold. Yeah.
Did that like bother you?
Oh yeah. I
You
was
feel
like, what the heck? I was like, because she was saying that she wanted a relationship. She said she liked me. Obviously made me meet her mom and dad. So I was like, okay, she's pretty serious. So I took it serious. And I was like, okay, cool. I asked her to be exclusive, make things just like, hey, just it's just us, pretty much. And after that, she just went really cold. So I was like, okay, well, whatever, I guess.
yeah, it sounds like that would be the kind of pretty rough. Dude, I don't want to put words in your mouth. Yeah, how would you
Yeah, yeah,
describe?
yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. Just like, just not it. Not my cup of tea. Not it.
Gotcha. Okay. So, dude, do you feel lonely at times?
He's fishing for a problem right there. I'm not a huge fan of these questions because when you're saying like do you feel lonely at times, he didn't say he felt lonely. So this is you trying to like project something onto to him. Like you're really fishing for problems. So if he doesn't say it, don't ask like very specific questions about something that he hasn't brought up.
I would say so, yeah. I would say my other friend, he lives in the area, but he lives like an hour away. So when we like want to hang out, it's like, dude, like traffic's gonna be like crazy. So most of the time I just stay by myself. So I just learned to do everything by myself, which I guess is good. Like as a young man, like I need to be efficient and like doing everything by myself anyways. But yeah, I would say yeah, I do get lonely sometimes. So
Okay. When do you think that is? Like, when do you generally feel that?
definitely on the weekends. Definitely on the weekends when I try not to get on my phone as much. I try not to be like on Instagram and like looking at what everyone else is doing. But the times I do, I'm like, man, like they're out doing this, they're out doing that, and it's like, yeah, I'm here like working on myself or like, reading or doing whatever, but like I want to be having like a social life as well too. So
Gotcha. What do you think's the worst part about that for you? Seeing them out doing that and you're grinding.
uh, the worst part, it's not that like I have like FOMO in a way. Like sometimes I guess I kind of do, but like I don't. But I just feel like the worst part of it is just I'm not growing. Like I feel like my social life is just right here. It's not going anywhere. You know, when back then I knew I was very social. I was a guy that like women love to be around. And I'm like, dude, like what the hell happened? What happened? So that's pretty much it right there.
Okay. Okay, man. So, dude, can I ask you an honest question?
Yeah, okay, go for it.
Yeah, well, what do you think's like kept you from figuring this out on your own? Like you're getting your dating life. Like, why aren't you dating these girls that you really want and having the social life you?
Okay, so this is called a doubt question. What Brock is having him do right now is basically like admit that he can't make a change on his own. He needs help. He needs to reach out a hand and ask for help. The first step in Alcoholics Anonymous is what? Admitting that you have a problem, admitting that you can't do this on your own. So,
Like now that I'm like really thinking about it, I think it's just me. I'm holding myself back from everything. I'm just too caught up in my own head. I think about a result before it actually happens, which is just me being too far, like too tuned into like the future and whatnot. And I think that's just what's holding me back is definitely myself. Because no one's coming up to me when I wake up and be like, hey, you can't do this. You know what I'm saying? It's me telling myself that like internally, you know. So it's just me. It's honestly just me.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. So this has been going on for like 6 months since you left school. Like, I'm curious, man. Like, why now? Why are you reaching out for help at this point? Like, what shifted for you? What happened?
I mean, why not? I mean, why not reach out for help? I mean, obviously, like I looked at Tripp's like posts and all of his information, all of his advice, and it's really good. So I'm like, why not, man? Like, why not like try something, try to reach out for help? Because sometimes that's like what I need. There's just need that little boost or the information from someone who has more experience, has more information than me. So
Okay. Yeah, beautiful. How would you feel your ability is to just like if you're walking down the street, you're at the grocery store and you see some girl you're attracted to, like how confident are you in being able to go up to her and strike up a conversation?
Ooh. I'll say like on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll say like at a five, like 5 or 6, like I know I have it in me, but then I'm like, nah, like I would back myself out. And, for some reason, I'll just be like, oh, it's not worth it. I'll just tell myself like in my head, like, oh, it's not worth it, like instantly. But I'm like, well, I'm missing out.
Is that does that idea is that something that like kind of is attractive to you, like being able to like going up to girls anytime you see one and having the confidence to go up and confidently start a conversation and build attraction?
Yeah, to me like that is like a man. Like to me, that's a guy who like knows his worth, knows himself. Like that's where I want to be, just to be like, okay, I can do that, no doubt. You know what I'm saying?
notice just like his inflection, his tonality, and how he changed. He's like, yo, that's a man. That's important to him, clearly. Like, he feels essentially what he's saying here is like, he doesn't feel like he's a man right now. Right? Now, because he didn't say that, you're not going to mention that in the call, but what Brock is going to later do, most likely, is he's going to say, like, hey, man, like, if we want to get you in a position where you can start to be like a freaking man who is able to approach any woman he wants that he finds desirable and, get the phone number from them and get on dates with them, this is what you got to do. It's going to really resonate with him because it's ultimately like now it's like what you're selling isn't just how to date women, it's like how to become a man in his own language. That's what he says he wants.
Because I mean, I do that with my goals. Like I can do that effortlessly, but it's just like with the women, I automatically put this type of rejection in my head for some reason. Like it's just the fact that like someone else's opinion could like diminish me or like make me think a certain way, which is weird. It's just so weird to me now I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, I get you. Like in a way, it logically doesn't make sense that it bothers you so much, but it does. Like when I was
Mhm.
first starting this, yeah, it was really almost crippling to me to go up and try to talk to girls. So yeah,
Yeah.
I totally understand where you're at. Like why she didn't stab me. I still got two arms, my two legs, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. She didn't do no harm, like actual harm. So
Yeah, I'll live to fight another day. So, dude, so the dating app's not really working for you right now. About 50% confidence being able to go up to girls and strike up a conversation.
So right there we have like the surface level problems there, which is he's not able to get matches and he only has about 50% confidence in being able to approach women. And we also have like a level of impact of what those problems are causing him, because he does feel lonely. He does feel like he doesn't have the confidence that he used to do. And this is affecting his social life negatively, where it's making him go a little crazy. These are all reasons that'll motivate someone to buy something to make a change in his life, because clearly these reasons are negatively affecting his life in a way that, it's worth $5,000 to solve these problems.
Let's say you get that handled, dude. Like you like dating apps, you're getting matches like crazy, and you're able to message them, and you get on dates with women that like match your profile,
Mhm.
able to talk to girls. That's a handle. Like getting women in your sphere is not an issue. What's the goal then?
Since I'm like new to the area, like I'm new to Dallas Fort Worth pretty much, like once that happens, I'll probably just be so content with just being in a rotation of women. Because like me, I don't want to settle down into like a new area. I haven't like fully explored yet. I really haven't lived here for like more than a year. Obviously, I've been here for three months, 2 months already. So I'm like, I'm not trying to settle down yet. I'm trying to see who's out there on the market and just have a rotation of women.
Okay, awesome. Like sleep with the girls you find attractive. They just kind of
Mm.
awesome. Okay. Uh, long term, what's your vision long term in your dating relationship life?
Hopefully, my vision is to like when I'm like late 20s, between 28, 29, 30, like I want to be like settled down like by that time, like looking to get married, possibly have kids. Like that's my goal, is definitely to be settled down by my late 20s.
So boom, right there you've got a good level of his goals right now. I mean, he wants to have in his immediate future the rotation of women that's going to allow him to feel like he can actually show up and be the man that's in his brain of what he wants to be like, so that eventually he can be 28 years old and attract his future wife so that he can settle down. These are all fantastic goals that he's just outlined on the table right here that you can sell to.
So like marriage, kids, that sort
Mm,
of thing.
yes.
Okay. Awesome, man. Cool. Well, can I ask you just one more personal question?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. And I almost hate to ask this, but dude, like, what happens if nothing changes? What happens if like the next 6 months, year, 2 years, or just like the last 6 months have been, and you're kind of still the same place, feeling this discontent from not going out, you know? Because before it seemed like you used to rely, like you kind of piggybacked off your buddy's energy and stuff, and now it's kind of on you. And what happens if that's the same in another year or two?
Nice. So this is a good cost question. You want to elevate the cost of not taking action. The cost of not taking action is up here. It's a lot. It's high temperature. It's like 100 out of 10. The cost of paying $5,000 is still painful, but it might only be here. It's 50 out of 10. It's painful, but it's not as painful as up here not taking action and my life staying the frickin' same for the next 6 months, a year, 2 years.
I'll probably lose my mind. I feel like at some point, it'll just be like, I'll just be honest. I'd be like, quit being a bitch. Like, I'll just tell myself, like, quit being, so caught up in my head. Like, it will definitely click and be like, okay, something really has to change. Like, I need to just suck it up and just go for it. So I think that's what happened. I would just start to like lose my mind and really just be like, all right, screw it. You know,
Okay, good. And you've already said this, but I'm going to ask again. So whose responsibility is it to make sure that that doesn't happen?
it's me. It's me.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's
yeah,
my
and you're not,
responsibility.
and you're not willing to settle for that.
No,
Sounds
no,
like
no,
okay, so it's kind of getting to that point where it's pretty much time to make a change, like do something
no.
about this. Okay,
Yeah.
awesome, man. First of all, dude, thanks for sharing. I feel like you were like honest and open and vulnerable. I
Oh yeah,
definitely
of course,
appreciate,
yeah.
yeah, I appreciate that. But, well, first of all, I guess, is there anything about your situation? I feel like I've got a pretty good handle on it, but is there anything about your situation that we haven't covered that you feel like would be helpful for me to know?
And I think it's just my lack of disconnect like within myself. Just that self-belief, just me telling myself I can't do something. Like I don't know why, I don't know where that came from. I really don't know where it came from. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So, just kind of soul search in a way and really just dig down deep and be like, okay, we got to go for it. If not, I'm going to be stuck in a pattern of, living life like this. So
Yep. Understood. And I'll tell you one thing that you're 24 years old, like realizing this now is a lot better than realizing it at 34 or 44, like a lot of guys do. So awesome. But based on everything you said, dude, 100% we can help you. And I know that because I'm kind of patient zero in my
okay.
mind with what happened with me. And I'll share my story here in a bit. But
Yeah.
yeah, so dude, where do you want to go from here? I can pretty much walk you through the steps, A to Z of what we do to help people like you make the change to become the type of person, have the dating life you really want. But you tell me, man, where do you want to go?
Let them lead the call. Anytime that you want to share your thoughts on the call, ask them if they'd be open to hearing your thoughts, or even better, ask them what they want to do or where they want to go on the call from here. And naturally, it's just going to lead on to like the next phase of the call. Well, tell me about your program. Tell me more about like how you can help me.
First of all, you got a pen and paper handy.
Yes, I got some right now.
Okay, perfect. So what we do, man, what we the result, the how we get the results we're talking about is it's called the Trip Advice Accelerator Program, and it consists of four absolutely crucial pillars that helps you go from like not being able to talk to the women, you're dating like you're having a crappy dating profile, not being able to really like create attraction on the initial like contact with the girl either in person or online, and pretty much guarantee that you feel 100% confident. And kind of like you said, like, you can go up to that girl and create a spark with her, or, your online dating profile is just pulling matches after matches, and then you know how to message them to get on dates. So we have you like 100% confidence in about 12-week time without like the confusion or lack of clarity of what to work on and what to do next.
Mhm.
So sound good?
Sound good.
Okay, so let's break those four pillars down so you understand, how you will get where you want to be in your dating life.
Okay.
So one then is game plan.
Okay, then he goes into a 35-minute pitch, everything that's included in the program, the coaching calls, the course, the resources, all the help. I can't disclose the program info directly. Privately, though, it's all good. I can share them with my friends or like people inside of my community, which you can apply for down below inside of Clash of Closers if you want to get access. But what's important is that after every step of his pitch, this guy creates consistent conversation with the prospect. He's not talking at him during each step. He's asking him questions during it. Hey, do you see how this makes a lot more sense for, approaching women and how that might be more beneficial? And it's more of like a two-way dialogue instead of like 35 minutes of him just like non-stop details at you. And that's really, really important for the pitch.
So I guess that's all I got to say, dude. Questions, thoughts, or are you ready to go over next steps?
No, man, I just want to say, like, I appreciate your time. I mean, first of all, I just want to appreciate your time, man, because I know you're taking time out of your day to talk to me, giving me all the information and everything. So yeah, just want to say thank you very much. So
Yeah, you're welcome, man. You're welcome. I went through the process myself. It created a huge shift in me, and it's like a tide that raises all ships. Like I feel more confident, like when I'm taking a shit, that's
yeah.
I feel better all the time knowing that that area of my life is handled,
hmm
what used to weigh so heavy on me, like that's gone.
No,
So
that's awesome. That's awesome, man.
yeah. So next steps, man. You want to get involved, and you're someone who I kind of my goal is kind of like explain the program and then bring on people that we feel like we can help and that will are coachable and will do the work. You seem like you'd be fun to work with. I know we could get you the results. You're a smart guy. You're a hustler. You're a good looking dude. You're the type of guy that we'd have results with like really, really quick. The caveat would be like, where does growth happen? Inside or outside of your comfort zone?
Oh, definitely outside for sure. Nothing grows inside the comfort zone.
Right.
Nothing.
That's a good question. I notice Brock uses before every single close on his closing call. He has them framed up and like, hey, it's going to be uncomfortable, but like growth happens on the outside of your comfort zone, right? And I like that question.
So next steps, man. Process the investment with me. we'll get you lined up with your initial call with your coach, which isn't part of your 8. This is just you guys getting your schedules together, him getting a kind of beat on where you're at, because he's going to
Yeah.
meet you where you're at and work on the stuff that's most appropriate and relevant to you. And then we'll get you access to the members area where you can start diving into Hooked and the online what the hell is it called? The approaching stuff like right away.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
Okay, awesome. So the investment to get your dating life that you want, get to the position where frankly I'm in and love it, is just 4,800.
Here you said 4,800.
Yep.
And is that due today?
Real quick, if you want to join a community where we take beginners at $0 and get them sourced, interviewed, and in a position that's earning them $10,000 a month, then click down below to apply to join our community Clash of Closers. It's by application only, so only a limited number of spots. We don't accept just anyone, but feel free to try your hand and get in there.
Most of my clients do take care of it, like up front.
Oh, dang. I'm like short, like 1,000, couple thousand.
Okay.
To be honest, yeah.
So other than the finances, there's nothing that's keeping you from being less than 100% certain that like this is what you want to do, though.
Yeah. Yeah. The only thing that's stopping me is just definitely financial situation. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so there's tie down number 1. It's 100% just finances, nothing else. Yes. And what a tie down is like I'm tying you down to this process of getting you this result is going to work. Like you are tied down on this process is going to work for you, right? Yeah, it's just the money. Okay, let's focus on the money.
Like I said, most of my clients do like invest
Mhm.
in it upfront, and I always suggest that because like, dude, the guys that come in, like go all in, like kind of
Mhm.
metaphorically draw a line in the sand, say, that's it, I'm doing this. They're the ones that show up powerfully the first 30 days, get amazing results. But again, for some clients, it doesn't make sense based on their financial situation. So we allow them to break it up. So with that said, are you comfortable having an open and honest conversation about where exactly you're at financially? And that way we can either, get you started right away with a plan of breaking up in a way that makes sense for you, or at the very least, make a game plan to do this down the road.
Say I'm down to game plan, get this down the road. Yeah.
Okay, so he's about to do an open wallet, which is basically just asking permission to go through their finances together. And you can only do this, guys, if you've already asked them that it's just finances. You've basically tied them down on the process and it's just money. And then if it's just money, it's a very natural question to be like, well, if it's just money, why don't we talk about money then? And he's like, okay, fine.
Okay. Awesome. So how much do you have cash on hand? Do you have like savings, stuff like that you could put down towards it right now?
So like money I have saved up right now, I'll say like just under 1,000, and then all my money that I have in my checking goes towards like my rent and all my necessities. And I'll say like just for like more transparency, I roughly around like I'm about to get another job. I roughly break or make around like 2,100, 2,200 a month. So not a crazy amount, nothing fascinating or anything like that. So yeah, that's pretty much where it stands right there.
Okay, so you got 1,000 that you could invest right now if it made sense.
Mhm.
Okay. What about cards, man? What cards do you have available?
Mm, so I have none, actually. None.
You have none?
No.
You seem like you were thinking there for a bit. Is that you don't have them or you don't want to use them?
I don't want to use them.
Okay, as I'm going through this video, I realized that he didn't actually cash collect the full $4,800 on the call. He just got a deposit down for $1,000, which is my bad. I totally forgot, didn't realize that until I started recording this video. But regardless, nonetheless, getting him to that place of the deposit is still fire.
Okay. Well, let's talk, man. Cool. And dude, I'm on your side.
Mhm.
I'm totally on your side. So what's circulating through your head right now?
So I feel like if I do go forward with the investment, I'm not gonna have like enough to like to make my rent because my rent is kind of expensive. I'm like, I don't want to be like I don't want to get evicted out of my apartment complex because I wanted to pursue like my dating. I mean, obviously, but yeah, that's the only thing holding me back, honestly, because I'm like, well, I need majority of my money for rent and all
Gotcha.
my other
Okay.
necessities, you
And
know.
I definitely don't want you like kicked out and living on the street, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But at the same time, I'll tell you it was hard for me. Like, yeah, I had to struggle to make this work, but I did.
Mhm.
And it was the best. And it was hands down homes that I bought that like paid me, like I made good returns on. This was the best investment that I ever made in my overall happiness. Like, yeah. So as much as I want to like be like respectful, oh, okay, there's
Yeah.
another part of me. If I was your older brother or something like that, I'd be like, shut the fuck up and give him your card.
Yeah.
So right here, he's giving reassurance to the prospect because the prospect right now, he's just evaluating the cost of this. Like, what is the internal cost of my feelings and how I'll feel paying this money right now versus the cost of not doing anything for the next 6, 12, 18 months?
I wish I can give you my credit card, but my limit don't go up that high.
What is the limit on it?
I said, this is my first credit card. And they give me a limit of $1,000 to the limit.
Okay, gotcha. Let's do this. What's your credit like?
Let me see. Last time I checked, it was just at 670.
Okay, let me do this, dude. You got an option here that might work out great. And hey, this is something you want to do, right? Because if it's this is something that like you feel is important to you that you want to do.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
And then that's tie down number 2, which is again just 100% to be clear, like this is important to you and you do want to do this. It's just money. It's like yes. This one was a bit weak because it was a bit assumptive. It was like you want to do this, right? Like you do want to do this, and he's like yeah, but like you want to be more kind of back on a tie down.
If I was able to compensate for your situation, man, would you be open to that?
Well,
How about I'll do one more thing for you. But I gotta ask you, man, are you even open to hearing about it?
I'm gonna put this in the chat. Go ahead and click on that. Oh, it says 4,900. I'll do something to give you. I forgot they just raised it, but I told you 48, so I'll stick with that.
Mhm.
But if you'll put or is that opening for you?
Yes.
So if you'll put your email in that and then down below, click affirm. And that'll give you some options with some low payments because I have full faith in you that if it's a couple $100 a month, you'll be able to make that happen. You'll make it happen.
Oh yeah, that will be for sure can work. Where does it show where there's like payment plans or like another form?
Do you want to share your screen with me and share at the bottom? Maybe I have to give you permission. I don't think I do. I think if you just share your screen.
Let's see.
Because you put your email and then you click affirm and then it will ask to send you a 6-digit code, right?
Mhm.
Either to your phone number, your email, you put that in and then You'll give them some information. It'll give you soft options at first, and then you'll fill out some information, and then it'll give you like a solid, like, here's your offer, here's their options, and it's pretty much right at the go.
Okay. Okay. Is my screen showing?
Yeah, yep. So you got your email. So it looks like you didn't press. Oh, you put your card in. Go back. Looks like you didn't press and that's your card that only has the $1,000 on it, right?
Yes.
Is there not an option to go back?
Let me see.
Yeah, go back. Yeah, that's probably the thing to do.
Yes, it just went straight.
It didn't. It should have given you an affirm option. I think it was. Yeah, I think you passed that page. So yeah, maybe do log out, right, and just go back over to the. Yeah, see down there at the bottom or towards the bottom, it says affirm.
Okay.
So you put your email in and then click affirm and then press pay. You're not paying anything. You haven't given them anything to pay.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, see, it just went all the way. It just went right back. What the heck? Okay.
And you clicked affirm first.
Oh, click it. First click that and then the email.
Oh, that's weird. I've never had that happen. I put my email and then done that, but okay, cool. So 302.
Two.
Is that what's going through your head? So it's 12 months. Could you come up with, you got your 1,000 in cash, 1,000 on the card, and the card, $1,000 on your card would be like $50 a month,
Mhm.
and then a year it's paid off.
Oof.
Andrew,
Yeah, that's was
Andrew,
planned. Yes.
do do this. I promise you won't regret it. Just go in, get in there, start doing that. You want to be able to approach girls like any hot girls anywhere, anytime. We have the solution. I know it's a little. I know like the money 4,900 seems a little scary, but this is an investment to get your dating life handled, and not just now, but for the rest of your life. It's divorce prevention. You're going to have a rotation of girls, and you're going to have that 100% confidence to go up to any girl at any time. You're going to be the envy of your friends. It will be the best investment you ever made in your life.
Here again, he's doing the reassurance of the prospect, just reminding him like of his goals and what he wants to get out of this, what he has to gain by doing this.
With $1,800 due today.
So you can do like a debit from your savings or your checking, and then do the other from the card. You can do it from either one. And I know this is kind of, again, I know this is kind of scary, but that's like, right, where does growth happen? Inside and
Yeah.
outside of inside or outside of your comfort zone. And dude, you're sharp. You got all this stuff going on. You'll be able to make $350 a month to pay these payments. In a year, it's done. And in a year, you're like a dating god. So what better way to challenge yourself, to stretch yourself, man?
No, you're right. You're right. Trying to think 302. I got
So you'll have at least, I think it's 45 days to come up with that first 302. So you have some time. It's not just it's the 1,800 now, and then you'll have the 302 with plenty of time to make that money.
Dang it, man.
Is it just nerves?
Yeah, it's just like because I've been broke before, and it's because just been kind of, I don't know. I just spend my money on things that like, no, I'm not saying this is not going to be worth it. I'm just saying in the past, I just splurged out on money. I'm like, oh, yeah. So I just don't want to be broke again. I don't want to be like having to call my mom and dad and be like, hey, I can't pay my electricity bill. I don't know.
And then right here, he's back to cost. He's fighting again the cost of paying this $4,800 and the stress and financial headache that comes with if he's not able to get that money back. But what Brock really needs to be doing here is stressing the cost of doing nothing. And what is the long-term pain gonna be if nothing changes in your life? And he has to really emphasize like this pain is greater than this pain.
And I'll tell you one thing, like, first of all, I think it's good that you're a little nervous, man. It shows that this has some weight behind it, has some meaning to it.
Mhm.
But if you look at like an investment, like every good investment, like Warren Buffett, Ray Dalio, the best investors in the world, they make their decisions based on like, they maximize their upside while minimizing their downside. And look at your upside, dude. You're everything that you wanted with your dating life, dude. It's going to be handled. Your confidence is going to go up. Just talking to your boss, talking to anybody, talking to your mom, you're going to get way better at this. You're going to be able to like help your friends, so that's the upside, the women of your dreams, and then the woman of your dreams where you're able to kind of maintain that attraction through your marriage. So you have a great marriage for your life, dude. Divorce prevention. Downside, $350 a month for a year. Is that going to break you?
I don't. Oh, dude. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Everything's so good. Oh, dude. Oh, man.
5 years goes by. This won't even matter. You won't even remember this at all. The money part of this. The other part, you will.
You're right.
Do you trust yourself to be resourceful and be able to do this? Because I do. I did it. I was in pretty much this exact same situation you're in.
Yeah. Oh, no, man. Gosh. I just had, I just have a bad history with finances, man. I'm like, I finally made it out here to like my dream city that I want to live in. And I'm like, I just want to not make sure or like make sure I don't fall behind in rent and like all that stuff, dude. Don't definitely don't.
Yeah, and I get that. And for me, that's one thing that I'm like confident about is like I've talked to you long enough to know that you're not a slacker. You can, you'll definitely find a way to make 350 bucks. You're capable of being able to make that. Because you talked about how you don't have the dating life you want. You're kind of lonely at times. And like here's the solution, man. You'll look back like me and be like, that was the best decision I ever made.
Okay, let me see. Is there like would this offer be up for grabs like the same price like a month from today?
Uh yeah, probably. I kind of want to say no because I want you to do this now, but Andrew, let's do this, dude. Let's do this. Let's let's get you the courses. The courses alone are $9.97. You can get into Hooked, you can get into Approach Domination and start doing that. That's $9.97. You come back in a month or two, we'll get you into the program and take that 997. That 997 will be a deposit towards it. Sound fair?
Yeah, yeah, that sounds fair. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So it'll be 997.
Okay.
You feel good?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let me get your name information. Debit, credit, PayPal.
Ooh, let's do debit. Do debit.
Okay, let me get your name here. And it's Andrew.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I'll take that card whenever you're ready. Got it. All right, and the expiration was 5/29.
Yes, 0529.
And that is the video. So like I said, I forgot that he didn't cash collect the full amount on this call, but still getting him to that point of collecting the deposit, I felt like was highly skilled, and there's definitely some gems in here that you guys can take from and learn from, downsell people on. What ended up happening with this prospect is 2 weeks into the program, Brock hit him up to get inside the program, and he took a split pay. So he took, I believe it was like $2,000 from him on 2 weeks from now, and that got him into like more the one-on-one coaching. And then they took the rest of the payment, I believe like maybe 45 days after that. And so Brock again is getting 10% of all, or no, Brock was getting 15% of all the revenue that was collected here over the time. So yeah, Brock ended up getting $720 US from this sale, and the whole call was only about an hour and a half, and then with the additional follow-up, it was probably an extra half hour. So 2 hours to make $720 US, which for me in Canada is like $1,000 for 2 hours, $500 an hour. Really not bad at all. So thank you so much for watching the video, guys, and I will catch you in the next one.
We're here in Switzerland.